So we learned kochi here. We learned kosoro. So maybe I make it look like I'm going for a turn throw, attack kochi. Doesn't work. I go kosoro, doesn't work. And there's my big osoro. Okay, I'm lunging my body into it. There's a sequential bunch of moves that work together. And all these moves work together. And it's up to you to find how they work out together and to train it. So we got ko-uchi, kosoro, o-uchi, osoro.
Should make a song out of it.
Yeah. Sasai, and now de-ashi. Foot sweep. If we go this way, 1, weight shifting from one leg to the other, 2, and when the weight gets unweighted, look, I reap this leg across. If I knock it into that same leg, it's called okuri ashibarai. You don't have to know that. If I bring it across, it's de ashibarai. And look, I'm gonna push down, tip the chin over, and there you have your basic foot sweep movement. Ippon senagi, bang. Take my opponent, over. Marote senagi is with the collar. Boom. We got koshiguma with the hand up here. Boom. Ogoshi with the hand around the waist. Boom. We got also taitoshi, which is a nice one, where you stick the elbow into the armpit. I bring my person forward, and I bring him my calf on his shin, and I'm attacking for that turn throw. You got to put them all together and have a nice idea. We also have uchimata, harai goshi. All these things you can look up online, no problem. But the general idea is to kind of get really good at some of these techniques and formulate a system for yourself. So now, what happens when we take my opponent down, right? I go take Eugene down, boom, I go Sotogari, he sits down, I take him down here. Okay, now from here, if I throw him flat on his back with a lot of force, it's ippon, that ends the match, okay? In competition judo, in training, you want to assume that it wasn't a full throw, so you could transition to the ground. 3 ways to win on the ground: pinning, arm locks, chokes. Okay, if I take my opponent down, we have kesugatame, kuzuri kesugatame, yoko shiogatame, we have kamishiogatame, which is double under here, double under here, and we have kuzuri kamishiogatame. We have karagatame, okay? We also have tata shiogatame, with sort of a katakatame grip, and you have this tata shiogatame here as well. These pins are kind of important, but not as important as the strategy it takes for you to get to those pins. If I enter into an ouchigari position, and my cousin falls on his butt, and his legs are engaged here, and in the way here, it's gonna be very difficult for me to close the distance to enter that pin. And the entire sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is revolving around getting past these legs, guard play they call it. Getting around the guard, whether it's closed, half, open, all these different things. So yeah, as a white belt going to yellow belt, you want to know a couple of strategies to overcome some of the obstacles that you may find yourself when you're trying to enter certain pins. But that's not the whole point of this video. It's kind of to give you a technical sort of curriculum-based breakdown on what you should know in terms of terminology. We have the pins series. Now we're going to look at sort of some of the chokes. All right, Eugene turns around. We're going to be behind our opponent here, and we're going to look at the traditional Hodakajime here, right? Where you're applying the choke pressure slowly. He taps and I release. Okay, it's a very important concept. Tapping, right? You tap, right? You release. Now from here we go Okuri every jime. Double sleeve here, dove collar. Choke here. You have Kata Hajime. Okay. And then we have Juji Gatame, where we're applying an arm bar to our opponent using our legs and hips. Okay, very important not to hyperextend your opponent's arm. Just extending. We'll do Omote Sankaku. We're attacking a triangle choke from the bottom here. Okay, where we have our hips up, that goes across, and we finish here and finish the triangle. Okay, so in many variations of this, the game is played going from position to position, right? Gaining advantage, passing the legs, attacking the arm bars and the pins, right? And this whole series is called Nei Waza. Judo is primarily between Tachi Waza, Nei Waza, standing and